So I'm actually gonna give it another half a minute and then I'm gonna get started. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. It looks like we have about 10 people still who haven't shown up yet, but we'll have a replay available for everybody, whoever misses it. Or if you want to watch a replay of the webinar, it'll be available at the same link that you used to log on to the webinar today. So today is the second series in our marketing webinars. We're going to be covering getting started with Facebook ads. Our last webinar was more of an overview on why you want to use Facebook and some of the features that were available. But today we're going to be focusing mainly on just the paid ads with Facebook. So as you're looking at the screen right now, you actually see two examples of different types of ads. Now we have marketplace ads, which are the small little ads on the right-hand side. And we have newsfeed ads, which are which you see right here on the screen at the bottom. Now, the newsfeed ads is what I'm going to focus on because it's what gets the most views. It's the only thing that shows up on mobile, and it's what gets the most click-through rate because it's the most visible. And let me just answer a question here. So we're going to talk about how to get these ads set up today. So different topics we're going to cover is the type of ads. There's different types of ads you can run in Facebook. There's about 10 different types of ads. But the ones we're going to cover today are boosting a post, website redirect, website conversions, and page likes. Because these are the ones that have been working the best with some of our partner agents that we've been doing some testing with ads for. We're also going to be covering bidding strategies, how to get the best cost on your ads and how to refine those ads to keeping those rates very low. Finding and targeting your ideal prospect. So we can actually target new business on Facebook. It doesn't have anything to do with liking your page or how many fans you have. We're actually going to be able to find your perfect client right on Facebook and advertise to their newsfeed. And then last, we're going to talk about how to advertise to your own clients for increased retention, cross-sells, and win-back campaigns. And with this, again, it doesn't matter if they like your page or not. We're actually going to be able to go ahead and find them on Facebook and advertise to them right in their news feed. So let's talk about what you will need. I did cover this last time when we were doing our last Facebook ads class, but I want to talk about a little bit more in depth. And it looks like, it looks like my screen might be frozen. I'm seeing it, I'm changing screens and I'm not seeing them change on the screen. So let me go ahead, take a quick look. Okay, it's going, all right. So what you'll need, you're gonna need a website that's mobile optimized. You're gonna need to be able to request a quote ability. So it doesn't have to be a complete quote. It doesn't have to be a live quote, but you wanna have some type of contact form. Because what happens with your ads is you can shut them off at different times of the day if you want to run your ads that way. But it's really best to run them 24 hours a day because most people are on Facebook at 6 o'clock and later and weekends. And that's where with the ads we've been running, we've been getting the best click-through rates are after 6 and weekends. So you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get those, capture those leads. So when they're going to your website, you want to make sure you have some type of contact us form or request a quote, something that they can at least put their information in and you can get back to them. Less is better because a lot of people may be on their phone and they're not going to want to fill out a big long form. But even if you want to put some simple questions in there, like maybe the best contact information, is it an auto or a home or a life insurance quote, just maybe some general questions just so you get an idea when you call that person back what to discuss with them. You're also going to need a Facebook business account. And if you don't have one, you want to go to business.facebook.com. and get your business account set up. And last, you want to make sure you have your business page set up. Looks like some people are not hearing me. Let's see. Let me see. I'm just going to tell someone to turn up their speakers. There we go. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a couple Y's in the chat box if you can hear me? It looks like we're having a few people having sound issues. Okay, so I'm going to show a quick case study we did with one of our partner agents. We started about a year ago with a few agents, and we ran a couple ads to see how they would perform with the insurance industry. I've been doing ads, Facebook ads, for about 3 years, and I wanted to see how it would work with the insurance agents. Okay, and it looks like people are hearing me, so I guess some people are having some issues with their speakers. So this is one agent that we worked with, and we had the Facebook ads now running for 7 months. We have a total spend of $1,960, which is coming out to about $280 per month they're spending on Facebook ads. Now with this one, this is an agency that's actually running several ads at once. We're running one for home, one for auto for new business, one for a page like, and for their current existing clients, and one for an auto cross-sell from their monoline homeowners book. So for $280, they have a lot of different ads going out there. If this is, if you wanted to cut this cost down, you can certainly just run one ad at a time or just 2 ads, and you can actually do Facebook for about $5 a day. So this is an agent who decided to really go in there and utilize and maximize their advertising on Facebook, but they're still only spending about $280 a month. Clicks to website, just over 2,100 clicks to their website at 90 cents per click. Anyone who's ever done any SEO or Google AdWords, you'll know the average insurance term clicks are usually between $10 and $15, or as much as $20 per click to your website. And that does not guarantee a lead, someone clicking to your website. With this, we're getting 90 cents per click to the website, and a cost per lead at about $4 to $5. So not everyone who clicks over to the website is going to result in a lead. And sometimes you can't track them 100%. They may click to the website and call, as opposed to filling out a quote form. So some of this actually might be a little bit less per lead because we haven't been able to track this 100%. But on average, still $4 to $5 per lead is still very, very strong for anyone who's ever bought a lead. You'll know it can be $10 or more to buy a lead, and that's a lead who's gone out to several other agents. So there is a gold mine on Facebook. I know a lot of agents ask me, does this work? Yes, it does work. It's the 3rd largest search engine behind Google, the 2nd largest advertiser behind Google. But unlike your traditional Google advertising and search engine optimization, Facebook has a targeting platform like no other marketer out there. You can target down to the exact demographic of the client you are looking for, in addition to marketing to your current clients, which you can't do on a like an SEO basis. Now, this webinar is actually meant for American Traditions and Modern USA agents. However, I know some agents on the line are not currently appointed with us. We got some invites sent out through other channels. So if you want to be invited to future webinars and have access to some amazing products, and you're looking for an agency appointment, you can contact Cindy Lee, and here is her contact information. And she will route you to the correct territory manager so you can find out if we are appointing in that area. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Facebook ads. Let me just. Okay, let's see. All right, so it looks like my screen has changed. Okay, So what I want to show you now is I actually have something called Spy Perfection. This is kind of a spy tool, so I can see what's going on in the ad world, who's advertising on Facebook, what the ads look like, how well they're performing. This way I can kind of show everybody what's working, and we can get the best ad spend because we're going to have the best click-through rate. Very, very few insurance agents are actually doing this. The major companies are, the major carriers are, but in general, I see very, very few insurance agents actually utilizing this, and even fewer who are in Florida. So it's a very open market. It's not saturated. It's very easy to do. What I did is I just pulled up a few of the Liberty Mutual insurance ads. They're doing a lot of Facebook advertising lately. And one thing you'll see here is, I just wanted to bring everyone's attention to, is the wording on the picture. So every one of these ads have wording on the picture. And it's something that has been a trend with all the major companies, is starting to put words on the picture. And when it comes to marketing, it's always best to see what the big companies are doing, who have all that money to spend and test, and they know what's successful, and copy what they're doing. So it costs us less money to test, because they've already tested it. They already put the advertising dollars behind it. So now all we have to do is come in, see what they're doing, and follow their lead. So something like this is very easy to do. You could just simply throw a picture into PowerPoint, put a text box across it, and you now have a picture with some text on it. You just want to make sure that your text is never more than 20% of the total picture, or it will get declined. So you can see this is just a small text across the middle. So this is less than 20% of the total picture. So whenever you're doing this, just make sure that your text is less than 20%. Now let's get in. I'm going to get into actually starting ads and showing you which ads to use depending on what you want to do and what you want to accomplish. So right now I'm going into my business manager. And you will have your business manager set up. So you want to go to business.facebook.com, and you want to go into actions here. And when you create your business account, you will create your ad account at the same time. So you'll have an ad account set up. So you're going to go into actions, and you're going to go into create ads. And that's going to bring you to a screen that looks like this. Let me just make sure my screen has changed. And yes, it does look like it's changed. Okay, so you're going to have several options here. And I just want to make sure, is everyone seeing our advertise on Facebook ads platform? If you can throw a yes into the text box, that will help. Looks like we're having a little bit of lag time here. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Looks like the webinar might be lagging a little behind. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and go through the different ads that you can create. As you can see, there is several different types of ads to create. We are just going to focus on the first few because these are the ones that are going to get you the most results. So the first one is sending people to your website. That's basically just sending somebody straight to your website. They click on your ad, they get sent directly to your website. And it could be your front page. It could be maybe a funnel that you built. Maybe it's a quote page direct. If you're doing a homeowner's insurance ad, maybe it's a page about homeowner's insurance, and then they can request a quote from there. So it can be any page on your website, or it can be your front page. The second one is increasing conversions on your website. This is a little more advanced, and this would be somebody who's already run ads and knows what their conversion cost is and has a tracking pixel on their website. So that's a little more advanced, and it would be something you would do after you've already done the first type of ad, which is sending people to your website. So you don't need to worry about this one right away. You want to just mainly focus on your website. The other kind is boosting a post. This would be if you wrote a post up on your business page and you wanted to get that post out there. Maybe your agency is doing a community event and you want to get the public to know about your community event. Maybe you're doing a food drive. Maybe you want your current clients to see a post you wrote about why they need flood coverage during hurricane season. So that's when you would go in to boost your post. This is a little bit different type of ad because this is more of you're just boosting a certain post on your website. On your Facebook page. And this is really a good way to get information out there. Promoting your page, again, this is really just to get more page likes. So if you want to get more page likes, we've tried this with just getting page likes for a certain demographic. It doesn't work very well. It does work better if you are promoting to your current clients. And you can promote to your current clients by uploading your emails into Facebook. They will find your clients for you, and you can actually do a custom audience, which I'll talk about later. The rest of these really won't be one you know about, except for maybe if you can actually create an event on Facebook and raise attendance for your event. So if you're maybe doing, again, a public event, a fingerprint clinic, something along those lines that you want to get the public to, you can actually create an event and let everyone know on Facebook that event's happening in a certain area. So right now, I'm going to start with the one that you're going to utilize the most, send people to your website. So you want to go ahead, click on send people to your website. You want to put your website in where it says website. And then if you have a pixel, create and add the pixel. But just to get started, simple and easy, not worrying about the conversions too much in the beginning. Really, I always tell everyone, just get started. Once you get your ads up there, then you can start working on the more complex things, or you can hire somebody to do it. But best is just to get that ad done and out there. So we want to put our website in there. We're going to click on continue. And here we go. Just loading the dashboard. Okay. So we'll see a couple different options here. First, we have custom audience. And this is what I was telling you about if you actually uploaded your list to Facebook and you wanted to use a custom audience. So maybe this was an audience you uploaded your monoline homeowners book to cross-sell auto to. You can actually load that audience here now. But we're going to talk more about new business. And it looks like, did I lose the connection? Is everyone still seeing my Facebook platform? Okay, there it looks like it came back on. So we want to go into locations first. And obviously, we don't want to advertise the whole United States unless we're a national agency, which I know we have some that are. But in this case, I'm going to say we're going to advertise to Melbourne, which is my city. Now, you can also put a zip in here if you wanted. So if you wanted to drill right down to zip code specific marketing, you could put zip codes in here. And that would pull up your audience. Or you can actually put, and you can see I have 46,000 people in 32940. But I usually like to do is use a city. And the reason I like to use the city is because it gives you an option on how far of a radius you want to advertise from that city. So if you put a city in there, I can do 10 miles from that city, 25 miles. So unless I need to get to a specific zip code where maybe I'm looking for a mobile home park in that specific zip code, or a certain home community in that zip code, usually most of our agents are usually using 10 to 25 miles from their radius. So very, very simple. We just added our location. Next, we want to put in our ages. And most people want to start a little higher than 18 because obviously, you know, most of your clients are going to be like 24 and higher. So to get the best ad spend, you want to have a high click-through rate. And to get the best click-through rate, you want to make sure you're targeting your market correctly. So by narrowing down on the proper ages, that's part of targeting your market correctly. And then if you don't want to have, maybe if you're doing an auto insurance ad and you don't want some of the older drivers there, you may want to go ahead and limit it to, 55 or 50. So you can actually play with this age. You might want to go a little older even if you'd like. Or you may want to go, it's really, you can really play around and with what age works best for you. Next is our gender. Usually I suggest you start with all. You can monitor your ads later and see who's clicking on them more frequently. It does tend to be women over men, but you can see what kind of click-through rate you're getting. And if you're finding more women are clicking on the ad, I would simply go ahead and edit the ad and make it just women being shown in women's newsfeed. Again, you're being more specific. You're going to get a better click-through rate and you're going to get a better cost per ad. Language is here. This is a great option. If you only speak English in your agency, you can just advertise to English speakers. If you're a Hispanic agency, you can actually go into Spanish. So you can actually post for people's main language. If they put Spanish on Facebook, you can actually target them by language. Or you can leave this blank. It doesn't matter. But again, it's just better. It's better always to just target in to get the best demographics. So focus on homeowners ads here, but I am going to talk a little bit about auto as well as I go along, because I know everybody writes auto business along with homeowners business. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, and this is a big thing, you homeowners insurance, and you'll see why in a minute. When we go to home, that they're homeowners, what home type they have. So if we're starting a homeowners ad, first of all, obviously we want them to be a homeowner. So now we have options. Time home buyer. Do we want homeowners or do we want renters? So I'm going to go ahead and go, I want homeowners. And then that's going to give me some in there. Now I've got homeowners that are in Melbourne within a 25-mile radius. So now my potential reach is 110. So that's a pretty. But I want to drill down to this a little bit more. So what I want to do is go into home type. So maybe I don't want low value homes. Maybe I'm looking for certain, looking for condo insurance. Maybe I'm looking for a home. Most agents is going into home value. And home values from here. So maybe your home, we know we might want to go a little lower on the home value. Or maybe we want to go a little higher on the home value. So we may want to select homes of 200,000 or more. So what we would want to do is just go ahead and click on each one of these tabs so we can have them added to our demographics. So we have 200,000. And we want to add some more on there. There we go. 300,000, 500,000. So right now we're looking for homeowners with home types and we're going by value. So in this Melbourne 25-mile radius, we're looking at about 12,000 people that have home values of 200,000 and up. So we're looking for maybe a little bit more preferred type home in this case. And we know they're homeowners. So we can use this in the ad later. and you'll see what I'm talking about when I go into actually adding the ad. And then these are the main things we look at. I mean, there's other things you can add here. If you wanted to add financial, you could add their income. You could add their net worth. This also works really well if you're doing an auto ad and maybe you're looking for a more preferred client. You may want to go by income and net worth as well. You can go by education level, which is good for those doing auto insurance. I know some of the companies offer a discount based on your educational level. So you can actually go in and target that educational level. If you're looking for certain generations, if you're looking for parents, you can see there's a lot of demographics in here, but really to keep it simple for home, really all you need is homeowners and home type, and you're ready to start your homeowners ad. Interest, I find there's not really much here for the insurance industry. I mean, there's some things you could look through if you're hitting certain, if you were doing maybe a commercial ad for commercial business, but auto and home and motorcycle, there's not much in the interest tabs that really behaviors now. This is a place where if you're doing auto insurance specifically, there's a lot of good targeting here. The first one, charitable donations. If you're writing pet insurance, animal welfare, that's those people are animals. They do have people who are interested in pets, but that's not as passionate as people who are more interested in animal welfare. They're usually the type who would be someone who would be prone to maybe buy pet insurance. So if you wanted to do a pet insurance ad, that might be a good category for pet insurance. Jobs, job role. If you're doing group auto and you wanted to go after certain certain employers and things, do that under your job role. So maybe certain job roles tend to shop more. You could go in lawyers sometimes. I found my past, they tend to shop their insurance a lot. So you may want to go. So there's some, you can play around with insurance. Invest one if you're doing life insurance. So if you're looking for a life insurance client, you could maybe go into investments and target them. And the final one, which really is great for auto insurance, is purchase behavior. Services. And here it is, auto insurance online. And basically what is if you're, the person is open to online offers for insurance. Doesn't necessarily mean they shop their insurance online, but they are interested, they are open to offers online. And it looks like we might be lagging a bit. Let me see if I can refresh here. Let's do this. Okay. Let me just close a few. Okay, let's see if it's catching up. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm just going to close a few windows and see if that helps. Sometimes it slows down if we have too many windows open. Let me try to shut a few down. Okay, I shut a few windows down. Let me see if that helps right now. It's still breaking up. Okay. And it might be the internet connection possibly. Is the screen breaking up or is my sound? Just put S for sound or type in screen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let me know if it breaks up again. I'm going to go ahead and continue now. Okay, is the sound is breaking up? All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and continue, and we'll see if everybody can hear me as I go along. We're just about done. So hopefully everybody is being able to see what I'm doing. So the last thing I just wanted to go into is automobile here under behaviors. If you're writing motorcycle insurance, there it is. People who are motorcycle owners, new vehicle buyers, people who are shopping for auto vehicles, so they're going to be maybe shopping for their auto insurance. People who own an auto, and you can actually go into if they got it after, make, purchased, and what I like to do is purchased, because this way you can see when they purchased it. So this would get you a little closer to their X date if you do like a 0 to 6 or 13 to 24 months. So this is basically, I've set up a homeowner's ad. I did go over a few little demographics for you to look at. How to look for auto clients. And I'm getting a lot of questions about how does Facebook know if you're a homeowner? Well, they actually have bought third-party data. So if you are going to go buy an X-date list, you would go to a data seller and you would buy your X-date list. Well, actually what Facebook has done, they have gone in and they have bought all this data from third-party vendors. So it's not something that someone just posted that they have that they're a homeowner, or that they bought a new house or something like that. So it's not, they're not following you from what you're posting, but they are getting this from third-party vendors. Have our kind of recap age, and we put in here the homeowners with home types. So right now I'm looking at 12,000 people. We want to put our budget in, and I recommend no less than $5 a day to get so your ad gets out there and start showing. And I usually select run my ad continuously, because what happens is if your ad's not performing, you can always shut it down. You can set a start date, but I find when you set a start and end date, Facebook runs through your budget really quickly. When you're doing it per day, they tend to spread the ads out a little more evenly. So we want to go ahead, and I usually set it for at least a $5 a day budget, and this would be per ad. So if you were doing a home ad, it would be $5 a day, an auto ad would be $5 a day. So this is going to be per ad. So we're optimizing for clicks to website. And now here's where we get the best click. We're going to set the amount. I'm sorry, we're going to. So to start off with, we always campaign for clicks. We want to set the max. We don't want Facebook deciding what the max is. We want to set the maximum ourselves. So they'll give you a suggested bid, and this is a bid range. This is what they're suggesting that these clients that I'm looking for are worth. So they're saying between 35 and 80 cents. They usually give you a bid right around the middle. It looks like I'm breaking up again. I'm going to pause this for a second just to let it catch up. I think it's because I talk too fast. The computer can't keep up with me. But anyways, I usually like to bid a few cents over what they're suggesting. So I usually would go about 2 to 3 cents over. So just to get my ad out there. This means this is the maximum I'm going to pay for a click. This is the maximum I'm willing to pay for a click. It doesn't mean it would cost me this much. It may cost me less, but if someone came in and did the same type of ad and bidded 61 cents, their ad would be shown before my ad. So if I'm the highest bidder, my ad will be shown first. Now my first click may be 60 cents, but each click thereafter will be less. So Facebook rewards you for having people click on your ads. If your ad's nice and clicky and people are clicking on it and you're getting a good click-through rate, which is at least 1% or higher, you're going to get a lower cost per ad, so cost per click. So your click may go down to that 35 cents per click. It may even go lower in some cases. I've had some ads that ran for like 10 cents a click. It just depends how well you did your targeting and how well your ad catches people's attention in the newsfeed. So you want to name your ad, and you want to make sure you name it something, you realize what it was. So this was a Melbourne ad, ages 24 to 55, and I'm going to say this is a homeowner's ad. So I know that this is my home ad. So when I'm looking at my ads later, I can tell the difference between my home ad and my auto ad. If this was a cross-sell campaign, I would probably put CS on there, so I knew it was my cross-sell campaign ad. So you just want to make sure you use your ad set name. You make it something when you're looking at a list of ad names later, you know which ad is which. So it makes it easier for you on the back end for monitoring the ads. Single image ad. So a lot of the stuff we don't have to change at this point. Just go ahead and leave it the way it is. And as far as the picture, it's a picture of your website. That's not going to be usually. So what you want, either if you created your own picture, you can upload it at this time, or create an ad with text on it. You just want to get it out there and see how well it works. Facebook has stock images for you to use. So you can go ahead and just, and with the stock images here, like since I'm doing homeowner, I could type in homeowners and I can see what stock images, and I'll just take a second to load. Or I could even say homeowners, and they have some ads specifically for homeowners insurance. So what I like to do as far as picking, you don't want to use pictures with too much blue in them. Facebook is blue. The banner across Facebook is blue. Facebook is blue. You see all the buttons are blue. Your ad blends in too much if there's too much blue. So if you do have blue in your ad, like, you want to make sure it has some kind of popping of color in it to bring people's eyes to that ad. Go ahead and put homeowners insurance in here. And let's see. So you see some of these have maybe more than text. So even other stock images, you might not want to use them. But I like this one because, again, you got those little pop-up go up pretty well in the news feed. So I would probably select that one. And you can select several pictures. I recommend maybe select pictures because you want to see what Facebook will do is it won't cost you any more on the ad because you're only going to spend $5 maximum. Through the pictures, and you can see which picture is getting the best click. So you know to shut off the other pictures and just focus on the picture that's working the best for you. That's another way to get your cost down because you're going to see what ends up working the best for you. So I could select that one and one because again, it's got the red. So, you know, up to 6 of them, but I usually like to do 3 or which one works best. Again, if you're doing auto insurance, you can do the same thing. You just go in here and select auto. And you get some auto insurance images here. Other images that work really well, if you can't find something with a nice pop of color, shock and awe pictures work very well because things like with claims, this brings people's eye to it in the news feed. I mean, people are scrolling through, relaxing, they're looking at different pictures. Sometimes you want to grab their attention so they'll actually read your ad. So even though these are nice and these are great for homeowners insurance, sometimes with auto, it's good to every once in a while throw a claims picture in there to grab some of your attention. So I'm going to go ahead and use these 3. Then you're going to connect it to your fan page, which it should already be done for you. And then you just kind of want to look through and see how do the pictures look. If they're maybe off center or they're not working well for you, you can always go in and select crop and you can reposition these pictures. So maybe if something's getting cut off that you don't like, you could just reposition this picture by using the crop button. So final step before we get these going. We are going to go ahead and the first thing we want is our headline. Most of this is just going to pull over. So we want to make sure we are changing this out. Our headline. Here's where we need to get people. So I'm going to say in this one, so we could do attention Florida homeowners. We know they're a homeowner. We know we're marketing to Florida homeowners. We could even change this to a city, attention Brevard homeowners or Pasco homeowners or whoever we're marketing to. We get this very specific because someone's going to see this and say, oh, I'm a Florida homeowner. And we know that because we're targeting them. So the first thing is you want to make sure your picture looks good. The picture that's going to bring their ad. The next, someone asked if we can put our own picture in. Yes. To put your own picture in, you just simply select the upload button here, your own picture that way. So your text here, this is what's going to be shown in this little box up here. So when you ever see somebody share a story or share a news feed, you'll see a little bit about that news feed. So this may be something along the lines as, do you coverage say during this season. So sometimes it's good to ask a question here just to get people's attention, get them thinking. Attention Florida homeowners, do you have the coverage you need during this hurricane season? Might get them thinking. Maybe they'll pull out their policy. It just gets them, just something to get them thinking. It could, do you have the coverage you need if a hurricane strikes this year? Are you sure? I mean, there's all kinds of different things you could say. You could say basically anything you hear. We have the op home, be creative here. And you can always change it if you're not getting a good click-through rate. You can always change this. It's everything you can edit. Choose a button action. So this is going to tell people what to do. Do you have the coverage you need? And then we're going to learn more about this. And what we can do is a little bit more text right here. So we can say something, let us give you a free policy evaluation. Call us for a quote today. Call us for a free quote today. Anything here. So usually I like to put like another type of call to action, because you want to treat everybody there like they're oblivious. They don't know what to do. You got to give them the steps to do. So you want to get their attention. You want to maybe ask them a question, give them something to think about, and then tell them what they need to do about that. So this is where I like to put my little bit of a call to action. You can say calls for a policy evaluation today. Look just below, and I didn't type the whole thing out, but you would be just below here. So you're just giving them a little, you're grabbing by the hand and saying, this is what you need to do now. So we have our ad set up. We put out our jargon. We like the way it looks. We want to go ahead. We want to run it in the desktop news feed. We want to run it in the mobile news feed. And we can see what that. So then we can see how it looks in mobile. And if we don't like the way it looks in mobile, maybe some pictures look better on desktop than mobile, we could delete those pictures and maybe not use them for our mobile ad. But you can see here, I think they still look really good in mobile, and it still catches your attention. And we want to shut off right column ads. So we're going to select remove those, and then we're going to remove audience network. So we're only going to leave active desktop newsfeed and mobile newsfeed. And then we are all set. So at this point, our ad is set up. We put in our website. We put in our location that we're advertising to. We selected our age. And we put in our demographics and what we were looking for. In this type, we're looking for homeowners insurance. From there, we put in our budget. We put in how much we want to pay. We name the ad, put in our picture and our description, and we're ready to go. And we have our ad completely ready to go and set up. So at this point, all we would need to do is place the order. So we'd place the order. And your order has been placed. I can create a similar ad. So if I wanted to run an ad to a different demographic, but using the same exact ad, let's say I like this ad, I like the way it looks, but maybe I want to run it to a different demographic. I could create a similar ad at this point, or I could just select continue. And it'll take a few minutes to process. And then what's going to happen is it's going to go into review, and it'll take Facebook basically a couple of hours or so. It could take up to 24 for them to approve it. Once it's approved, it should take the ad 2 to 3 hours to start running. And from there, once your ad's up and running, all you need to do is, if you need to pause the ads, you just simply slide this over. So in this case, I can add, and I can see which ones, when it's running, I can see which ones have the best click-through rates. I'll see paying. So if I see maybe I'm paying more for image 2 as opposed to image 3, and it looks like I'm breaking up again maybe, I can go ahead and shut them off. So I would just slide this over to shut these off. So basically that's to create your first ads. if you want to upload a custom audience, I quickly how to do that. But we do have training on our YouTube channel on how to create custom audiences. And if you go to the Jirger MGA website, we have a link to our YouTube channel there, and that will show you how to create custom audiences. But I just want to show you where it is. It's in your ads manager. You simply go to audiences. It's up on the screen. Try refreshing your browser. And we can just create an audience, and we're going to create a custom audience. So very, very simple. And you customer list. So here's where you would actually enter a customer list, and you can create a customer list. You can upload your customer list. So this particular ad would be $5 a day. Someone just asked the question what it would cost for this ad, and it would be $5 a day to run this ad. But here's where you go, and you could actually enter in a custom campaign. And basically, that's where you're going to want to get started. You're going to want to start with running traffic to your website. And then once that ad starts running, the way to keep that bidding and to keep your costs down is to make sure you start looking at, if you're running multiple pictures, which picture's working best. Shut off the other ones. And then focus on that ad. And that ad, you can go in, you can edit it, you can change the description, you can update it. So you want to make sure you're getting at least a 1% click-through rate. Anything below 1% click-through rate, you want to edit your ad till you're getting at least a 1% click-through rate, because that's where you're going to get your best cost for the ad. Once that ad's running for maybe a week or two, you can see how much it's costing for people to click through to your website. So people may click on your ad, they may like your page, they may comment on your ad, but you want to see how much it's going to cost per click to your website. And the ads do show you that. They show you how much it costs per to your website. You later then can tell Facebook that I don't want to pay for clicks anymore. I want to now pay for conversions. So you'll know that let's say the average click to your website is $1, let's say. So you can tell Facebook, I will only pay $1 per website click. What Facebook will do is, now that they have some information on your ad and they see who's clicking on it, they're going to automatically optimize your ad and show it to the same type of people who are already clicking on that ad. So they know that this type of person particularly has been clicking on your ad. They're going to find more of those people because they want that conversion. So that's a little bit later down the line, but for everybody to get started is just start with that clicks to website and get the ads optimized so at least you have a 1% click-through rate. Then you can build from there. And for anybody who wants to join our marketing group on Facebook, we do have a private group on Facebook where you can go in and ask questions. And I'm going to pull it up here if I can get it to come up. If you send me an email, and I believe my email is at the bottom of the page there, yes. If you send me an email, I can send you the link to this, our group, and this is a good place where you can ask questions if you're struggling with anything. You know, another good thing is to do, I was talking about People's Trust actually just started advertising on Facebook, And the nice thing about People's Trust ad is I'm going to pull up the pictures here because it's very, very streamlined. This is their ad. And basically what they have we call as a lead magnet. They're offering a free download. So they're not even asking for a quote. They're giving a free download, hurricane preparedness guide. So this is going to be, I'm sure this ad has gotten a lot of click. Click on the ad. They uploaded their customer list to Facebook, and they asked Facebook to find people who are similar. Essentially, what they did is they doubled their customer by having Facebook go through their customer similarities. I obviously matched all of their customers, so that's how it found me on Facebook. This particular ad, and when you click through on their ad, this is what you're getting. They're asking you for a hurricane preparedness. All this is now your email. So they can start email marketing. Just been doing so far with agents is really just driving them right for quotes. Their idea that you can use something that you're giving and then draft it them via email marketing. So I just wanted to show everybody this as an example, but I always post things like this in our group. So that's why I always say it's good to join this. Anything I find that's anything you on the marketing world, I will go to the group. Now, the last thing I wanted to ask, I wanted to see what type of things you would like to learn in the future. So I'm putting a poll up right now, and you should see it in the chat box. And if you could just go ahead and select what type of things you would like to see in the future as far as marketing webinars, that would help us. So when I'm creating webinars in the future, I know what to look at. And it looks like we might have been having some web issues. I did see Facebook was running a little slow, so it's possible it might have been my internet connection, some of the sound issues. So everybody got, and if you got, if you found some value in this, if you could just put a Y in the text box so I know everybody, who got some value out of this. And if you need to watch the webinar again, watch it on a replay. Sometimes the replays, the sound issues work themselves out. It's the same link you used to access the webinar today. You can access a replay. So I'm going to go ahead and log off because we're right here at an hour, and I wanted to keep this under an hour. And if you have any questions, I'll be around for a few minutes, so you can type them in the chat box. And I want to thank everyone again for joining me this afternoon.